Good afternoon, Saints. Today is February 19th. For some reason, I want to keep saying it is November. But literally, I could not get online for about 4 hours. Then my camera worked. But then when I went back and listened to all the videos, this will be literally, I think, my 8th time to try this. There was no sound. Had a bunch of other weird stuff happen. But anyway, getting back to what I wanted to talk about. If y'all were following my last few depressing, pathetic videos of me, I wanted to let y'all know why I put those up there. They're not flattering at all, especially the one where I'm showing what I look like after I literally been crying the entire day. Had not put any makeup on, and true confession, did not even brush my hair for the video. But the Lord wanted me to put that up there, I feel, because He wanted y'all to see how much despair I was actually in, that's how I looked, and that how He had pulled me out of it. Because if you listen to the one before that from that morning, it was like He lifted me out of a pit. I'm not a depressed, I don't get depressed. It's like if I've gotten depressed, it's been very rare and it doesn't last very long. This time was so bad and it lasted so long. And I know it was an attack from the enemy. And then the Lord showed me that the reason why it kept continuing is because I was willfully sinning by going out and drinking too much. And so the enemy had a crack. He found a crack in my armor. Right? Isn't that cool? So last night, well, it's not cool He did that, but it's cool that the Lord showed me that's why it kept on and on and on. So we gotta stick close to the Lord in these final hours. There is a lot going on in the spiritual realm. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. Let me set this. That's what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. Okay, so here's what happened to me last night. So, a little bit about me. I was led by the Lord. My eyes were opened. My scales were removed off my eyes in 2012. I had been dating a guy in 2012 for about 2 years. And he had been my friend for 4 years before we hooked up. Or I thought he was my friend. Once we started dating, he became a wolf in sheep's clothing. The truth was revealed. The Lord had guided me to leave that relationship. It took me about another 6 months once my eyes were opened to actually leave, because I had no resources, and I kept hoping if I stay with him and I show him God's love, he's going to change. No, it just got worse. But anyway, so I left, and the reason I'm telling you all this is because the attack for me was so painful with this last guy, because he knew what I went through with the guy before. The guy before it was revealed to me was out to harm me. And like I said, I'm trying not to use the word gang stalker because it's taking away from what they really are. They're being used by the enemy to wipe out, to steal souls from God's elect in this final hour. And the enemy knows that that's the most painful attack, is someone that you love. So I was led by the Lord in 2012 to not date and to stay by myself. And I'm one of those people, I've always had a boyfriend. And so, never been married though, never had any kids. The Lord has just told me that's not part of my calling, I guess. But was in serious relationships for, they lasted pretty long. But anyway, so after this relationship, I stayed purposely single, did not date for 2 years and 10 months. I know exactly. 2 years and 10 months. Until this guy here. So that's why I want to let y'all know why it was just so really painful, because he knew. But see, then the Lord had guided me not to be with anybody. He wants me focused on Him. And a lot of us saints are going through that, where we're supposed to be alone and just be with the Lord. We're never alone. Our Father in heaven is with us. So that's where I'm at with that. So last night I went out to walk my dog. And I'm looking up at the sky and I'm praising the Lord for getting me out of the gloom and despair I was in and thanking him. And then I just asked him, why, Lord? Why does this keep happening? And he basically answered, not basically, he answered me with like, you know why. Right then, I hear a song in the distance. And I'm not by any bars or anything. I'm at a park. And I'm like, what? Where's that coming from? And I knew some of the lyrics, but no offense if y'all like this band, it's just never resonated with me. So I didn't know the lyrics. I memorize music instantly if I like it. If I don't really pay attention to the lyrics. All I knew of this song was that the Lord was trying to show me something through it. And I knew the words were, can't you see what that woman she's been doing to me? So I go back and look it up, and here's what the lyrics are. I'm going to take a freight train down to the station, Lord. I don't care where it goes. Going to climb me a mountain, the highest mountain, Lord. Going to jump off, nobody's going to know. Can't you see what that woman she's been doing to me? Well, if y'all know the Lord, how he works, then you know that he has many different meanings in one little thing that we could never come up with. It's amazing. So at first, obviously the meaning is the guy's depressed. He's going to end it all. You can take off the wool and it'll just be man. And that could be my meaning, right? What this man's been doing to me, right? So that's the first meaning. Then the second meaning is, can't you see? My eyes have been opened. I see. I see that it was an attack from the enemy. The Lord told me to be by myself and warned me about him. And so I'm not saying he's told me to never, ever be with anybody again, but right now he's told me, be alone. I want you to focus on me. They're a distraction, and they're there to sabotage and keep you from knowing me, from being closer to me and fulfilling your purpose. Okay, then the next part is about the train. The train, I've been having a lot of recurring dreams about trains. Trains, ships, and cruise ships, which all symbolize transportation. Could this mean that we're fixing to be out of here? The other part of the song was about going up to the highest mountain, Lord. Could this be Lord's mountain, that, his mighty mountain that he's calling us end-time saints to go up? And then the fact that he says gonna come back down, right? And we'll be sent back down to be warriors in these end times. I'm kind of starting to get confirmation that that's part of it, because when you hear what happened to me next. But so that was cool. Then the fact that I guess this is a rock band, Marshall Tucker band. I guess they're classified as classic rock or something. Actually mentions the name Lord in the song. And Christian rock bands would do that, but not mainstream. So that's what I call our Father in heaven. That's my name for him, is the Lord. So that was special to me. However, the coolest part was when, after I looked up the lyrics, then I wanted to hear it. So I looked up the video on YouTube. This is the video cover. Bam! It is wheat. The Lord is separating the wheat from the tares. Can't you see? So let me see if I can get it to play.
Gonna take a freight train down at the station, Lord. I don't care where it goes. Gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain. I jump off, nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me?
Okay, so I wanted to put that out there because I get this kind of stuff quite a bit, where God speaks to me through songs, obviously signs, vision. I don't get a lot of visions, but I've seen a few things, demons and angels, and I'm fixing to tell you that now, because this is the cool part. So, but I want to let y'all know that this is how the Lord speaks to us. There's all different ways. And it could be, somebody's walking by and you hear an exact thing that you needed to know about from a stranger that's not even talking to you, or you see a sign, an actual sign, or you find, a piece of paper on the ground with something written on it that means something to you. Songs are big for me, but there's all different ways he talks to us. But after that happened, then I could not sleep, so I stayed up. I was praying, and then I was watching a couple other saints on YouTube, positive videos. It was nothing negative. And it was about 1 in the morning is when this started. And I felt all of a sudden that overwhelming gloom and despair just hit me. It was like came out of nowhere. I was not focusing, like thinking about it. I was focusing on the video. And at that exact moment, I knew something was going on because my dog, who just lays there calmly, like wiggled around and started looking around and then looked straight up at the window. Not out the window, up into the sky, and was just staring, frozen. And I was like, Lord, what is this? And he told me, go to the window. And I go to the window, and there was a big black wing that kind of dissipated like a cloud, but it was a definite giant black wing. I saw this one other time in New Orleans when my building was infiltrated by a bunch of Satanists. It's the only other time I've seen this wing-looking thing. Also, before that happened, I forgot to mention, right around the time I started feeling like really depressed and bad, my heart even started racing. I started hearing someone doing a monkey call. I'm not kidding you. A monkey, like, ah! Well, that's not a monkey, that's a crow. But it was like a call of a monkey. And it wouldn't have been a big deal. I would have thought, oh, well, it's just a drunk person because the bars are closed. Excuse me, I got to drink something. I keep being attacked with coughing, and I'm not sick. Okay, so Gatorade. Remember that? Anybody that watched Waterboy? That movie was pretty funny. I'm from New Orleans, so it made it even funnier. But anyway, I was drinking some Gatorade. But getting back to what I was saying, this guy making a monkey call. This is 1 o'clock in the morning, and there's no houses over by where this was coming from. So at first I brushed it off. I thought it's just some drunk person walking by, but it continued. And I bet you this guy did this for at least 40 minutes, maybe longer. And I had my video up, so I was not like focused on it, but it kept repetitively happening. Like, however the noise was, I don't know what he was doing. It was a monkey noise. And he would do it, and then it would be quiet for about 20 seconds, and it would start again. And that's all right around the time I was feeling really, really something was not right. And my dog was acting weird. See the black wing thing and said, okay, Lord. I'm sorry. I really am being struck with coughing. Every time I either read the Bible or I'm talking about the Lord, I start coughing. So I started praying. I prayed for about 10 minutes. And then the final thing I said was, please, Lord, send your giant, mighty warrior angels to protect us. Right after I said that, he led me to go back to the window and look out. And I looked out, and here's the cool part. I saw a shooting star. Well, should I say a falling star? And that gloom and depression that had come on me instantly left. I felt peace, and I know that was one of God's holy warrior mighty angels coming down to battle that demon black winged creature demon. So what I wanted to end with is we are definitely in an unseen spiritual battle. Put on your full armor. The reason why I was getting hit so hard is because I had a crack in my armor that Satan used by triggering my drinking. And so that's how he was able to keep me like that, depressed like that. So I plead the blood of Jesus Christ of Nazareth over this video, over the internet, over all the viewers. I pray that the Lord wakes up all the saints, and I pray for all the lost, including my stalkers and my ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend even. Because I felt she had a lot of hate in her for no reason for me. So, God bless y'all. I'm going to do a few more videos. I'm feeling like a coughing attack is coming on, so I'm going to hang it up right now. But I'm going to do a few more videos on some really cool dreams that I had that I wasn't able to post that happened over the last 2 months. And I think they may be something significant on what's about to come. All right, I'm out.